Hickory Treatment Center in Longview, we provide compassionate, evidence-based care for substance use and co-occurring mental health disorders. We offer residential treatment to help individuals build a foundation for lasting recovery. Need help? Call Hickory's 24/7 admissions team today.
After posting his bonds, court documents show a detective with Burke PD was contacted in September of last year by the Veterans of Foreign Wars and the Combat Veteran Motorcycle Association.
The detective was requesting an investigation into suspected fraud by one of their members, later identified as Stutz. Detectives say they learned he served at a court as a quartermaster for the VFW, and all transactions would be conducted by him.
Detectives also noted nearly $15,000 in suspicious transactions from the VFW account and over $2,000 in suspicious activity from the CVMA account. They all say of suspicious activity led to Stutz, who was allegedly using those funds to pay his own bills.
Well, we're going to switch gears and check in with meteorologist Noah Trombley for a look at our Tuesday afternoon forecast. Good afternoon, Noah. The roads are still icy, still snowy. Are we going to see any of that melt anytime soon?
Well, actually, that's kind of where we have some good news for this afternoon. We're already past the high temperature that I thought we were going to get to for today. So it looks like we are going to get warmer than what we expected over the last couple of days. Looking at satellite and radar, we have some cloud cover moving into portions of the area, but it's expected to move out of here pretty quickly. You see, it's very fast moving clouds. So by the early afternoon hours, or the late afternoon hours, we should see the cloud cover really start to dissipate, and we should see clear skies return to the region. But temperature 36 degrees. I originally had my high at 35 for today. Well, we are already way past that, and we're definitely going to get a little bit warmer as we head throughout this afternoon. Oklahoma City at 27, Amarillo at 36. Wind chills, though, those are still fairly cool outside. Wichita Falls and Amarillo both feel like 28. Dallas Fort Worth feels like 33, and Oklahoma City feels like 22. So we're staying cold as we head throughout this week. Now, remember, we are still going to stay below average for this time of year. A lot more sunshine is expected throughout the rest of this week, and then a bigger warm-up possibly coming as we head into next week. I'll again your full forecast coming with just a few minutes, guys.
Now to stay weather aware, here's a quick reminder to download our SkyTeam 3 weather app. The app will have hourly updates and interactive radar and more, and it's free on both the Google Play and Apple App Store.
And as local schools and businesses remain closed today, we have all of these lists of current closures, delays, and more over on our website, TexomaHomepage.com.
And in other news, while most Texoma schools are closed due to inclement weather, one school here in Wichita Falls has decided to keep their doors open. Hershey Middle School's 7th grade assistant principal Taylor Hall says they decided to remain open. She says the choice was not to make students' days worse by having to come in while their friends get to stay home. Instead, Hall says they're essentially doing it for the parents that have to work. So far, Hall says they had 3 kids come in yesterday, and when our crew was there this morning around 8 a.m., no students has shown up yet. Regardless, Hall says they will be there for any student that needs to come in.
But we believe in servicing our communities. We know we have parents who work early. We know have parents who may not have means for their children. And so we like to stay open, for one, to give them a warm place to stay. We do give breakfast. We do provide a space for them to still learn, enjoy the day while their parents are at work.
Hall says if there are just a couple of kids, then most likely they'll let them just hang out for the day. But if they end up getting a large amount of kids, they'll have lessons for them to work on while there.
Now, for the kids who aren't going to school, one local father is raising the alarm about the dangers of sledding after a fun snow day at Lake Wichita Park turned into a scary experience for the whole family. According to Dad Jeremy Curry, what was supposed to be a fun time sledding left his son with a fractured elbow and fractures on his lower spine. Curry says it all happened at Lake Wichita this weekend over at Dirt Mountain. And he says he saw his son and his son's friend go up the hill and down, but never go back up. When Curry saw his son's friend running to the truck with no sled, he says he knew something wasn't right.
He immediately jumped out and asked him, was he okay? And he said no. And so I started to run, that direction towards him. And he said, no, you need to bring the truck. I had to jump that curb and drive through that field and get around and load him up in the truck from there.
A very scary experience. Now, his son was sitting flat on the sled when halfway down the hill, he was thrown into the air, leading to his injuries after landing on a branch. The Currys say what also drove them to speak out was seeing a report of a 16-year-old who passed away and another injured in Frisco from sledding. Now, as of yesterday afternoon, Curry and his son were on the way to Cook Children's Medical Center for treatment, hoping for a speedy recovery for him.
Absolutely, thoughts with him. Now, in other news, several local businesses are feeling the effects from this weekend's winter storm.
That's right. Owner of Gidget Sandwich Shack, Julie Spence, says she's having to close her doors for most of the week due to road conditions in downtown Wichita Falls. She says before the weekend, she saw the city brining the streets, but when she drove through downtown Sunday, she knew there was no way she was going to be able to open up to the public.
Well, it probably will be a while before the streets are cleared up. I'm having somebody come out and clear my parking lot and sidewalks tomorrow. It's just coming because we have only enough area to park out there for maybe 5 or 6 cars, and then everybody else parks on the street. So for them to walk across from LaSalle or the Holt area is going to be pretty dangerous.
Spence says she hopes the city can get to the downtown portions of the road and at least plow it to help clear a lot of the ice. You can hear more from her and another local business that's hitting the streets to help others impacted by the winter storm, and this full story on our website. Moving to national headlines, today is the NTSB. They're laying out what caused the deadly midair collision between a passenger jet and an Army helicopter last year at Washington's Reagan National Airport. It's been nearly a year since the crash, and investigators now believe they know what happened. Our Washington correspondent Trevor Shirley is in D.C. with more.
The question remains, though, will meaningful change come out of this investigation like so many victims' families are hoping? Today's hearing has been extremely technical in detail and is expected to last much of the day. NTSB investigators have been poring over information since the crash happened last year, late in the evening on January 29, 2025. American Airlines Flight 5342 from Wichita, Kansas, was coming in for a landing when it collided with an Army Black Hawk helicopter. There were no survivors from either craft, the crash killing 67 people. So far, investigators say they know the Army helicopter was flying below the minimum altitude where it was supposed to be. Investigators believe the helicopter's altimeter was giving the crew incorrect altitude readings, something that was known to happen. The helicopter was also not broadcasting its location, as it was on a sanctioned training mission in line with Army policy. Since the crash, the FAA has significantly limited helicopter traffic around Washington Reagan Airport. It's also slowed arrival rates for incoming planes to cut down on traffic. The Army has also taken steps to recalibrate the altimeter on those types of helicopters. But questions have remained. Why did the FAA not heed warnings that airspace around DCA was too congested with civilian, military, and law enforcement aircraft? And why was the Army not taking better steps to avoid a collision on its end? NTSB officials say their investigation has revealed systemic failures across multiple agencies and departments. They say their recommendations following the crash are taking a system-wide approach to ensure an accident like this doesn't happen again.
Before this tragedy occurred on January 29, 2025, the U.S. aviation system was experiencing a record level of safety. That is the power of taking a systems approach, which is based not on speculation, but on decades of research, evidence, and our own investigations where the lessons learned turn into lives saved.
The NTSB will soon release its final report on the investigation along with any recommended changes. NTSB Chairwoman Jennifer Homendy says she'll continue to push Congress and policymakers to implement any of those changes as soon as possible. Reporting in Washington, I'm Trevor Shirley.
All right, thank you for that report, Trevor. Now, in other news, the New Year's annual tax filing season is now open. And although the IRS is implementing new provisions, the Better Business Bureau is warning people to protect themselves against fraudsters. The new tax provisions in last summer's Big Beautiful Bill may have some benefits in the way of new tax credits and deductions, including no tax on tips, no tax on overtime pay, no tax on car loan interest, and enhanced deductions for seniors. Meanwhile, officials with the Better Business Bureau say to be cautious for fraudsters posing at tax relief professionals and claiming it to help us lessen our burden.
They like to create authentic-looking phishing emails, which we're all familiar with, but, we're distracted this time of year, and the crooks like to impersonate the IRS because that invokes a sense of urgency in us. So just know the IRS is not going to contact you via email. They're not going to send you a text message. They're not going to communicate with you over social media. Typically, when you receive that communication from the IRS, the first form of communication is going to be in a letter form.
Now, the BBB says to check with them regarding the legitimacy of a tax professional before using the professional services. And if you're ever in doubt and think you might be involved in a scam with someone who is not who they claim to be, the BBB advises you stop all communication with them and contact the IRS directly via their official phone line. They also want to remind you of other red flags that could lead to scams. For example, the IRS will not ask you for bank account information, PIN numbers, or require strange forms of payment like a prepaid credit card or wire transfer. All good things to keep in mind.
And the last tip that Monica gave was to get it done early, which is something I'm really bad at. I usually wait till the last minute.
We got our W-2s in.
Let's go ahead and get started, right?
I dare you to do it by the end of this week.
Oh, I can't back down from a dare.
I know. I guess we'll see if he honors
I'll start
it.
This year. No, there we go. I'll get it done this week.
Now, coming up a little later, though, it's happened to us all. We're sitting in a movie theater when nature calls, but we don't want to miss out on the film's biggest action scene. Well, there's an app for that. We'll tell you more in today's entertainment report.
That's an intriguing problem. Plus, everyone's getting in on the snow fun, it seems, including Natalie and I. But we need your help settling a debate. We'll have more on that now that no one knows what the forecast with meteorologist Noah Trombley. Stay with us.
You're watching KFDX3 News at Noon with Jalen Wells, Natalie McCain, and weather with Noah Trombley. Closed captioning on KFDX is sponsored by Hamilton Bryan Furniture and Appliance.
It's the ultimate hockey experience. The Allen Americans are back. Join us at the Credit Union of Texas Event Center for heart-pounding action, unforgettable moments, and a community that bleeds red, white, and blue. Bring your family and friends and enjoy amazing food, fun activities, and the thrill of live hockey. Feel the rush as the Allen Americans battle it out on the ice. Get tickets today at AllenAmericans.com and join the adventure. Allen Americans Hockey, where every game is a win.
Love the hustle, Cliff. Who are you?
Your lungs.
We're quite proud of you.
Even though you quit smoking years ago, you may be at risk for lung cancer.
Okay, but with the routine screening, you can detect it early when it's more curable.
Sounds good, guys. Can I get a little space here?
Biologically, no.
Okay.
Listen to your lungs. Get a routine screening that could save your life. Talk to your doctor and learn more at savedbythescan.org.
My biggest fear in the middle of my addiction was that I would never be able to get over it and that my kids wouldn't have a father. I started thinking, you know what? This isn't my story. For the longest time, fear held me back from ultimately being who I wanted to. I had to become a better man to be a better father. It's important to me that my kids are empowered and truly believe that if they can think it, they can do it.
Best Reviews is an unbiased team that researches products in real-world situations to give reliable recommendations on just about everything.
Call that a plasma sword?
For the best reviews, go to bestreviews.com. Seriously, before you buy anything, ever.
My opponent is completely disregarding almost half of my arguments which I responded to.
Communities must step up.
Laws alone cannot stop the bullying.
Well, I completely disagree. Point of inquiry, do you guys even realize that the #1 killer of children and teens are gun injuries? You're probably starting to realize now. This is not a debate.
There is no adult in this earth that wants children to die.
I worry for my kids.
Now, from KFDX3, Texoma's weather.
Afternoon, I've updated it. Wichita Falls 40 degrees, Henrietta 41, Waurika 39, Duncan 38, you got Vernon 39, same for Quanah, you got Cruel 41, same for Seymour, Knox City, Throckmorton, Graham, Archer City, and Bowie. Well, Jacksboro gets up to 43. Your highs going forward, we're at 40 today. Probably going to update this tomorrow. Going to go 38 for right now, but many models do want us getting a little bit warmer, even warmer for Thursday. Then we do cool down to 29 degrees as we head into Saturday, but the bigger warm-up comes next week. 45 Sunday, back up to the 50s as we head into next week. So like I said, only a couple degrees off of average. Your morning lows, 24 degrees for Thursday morning, back down to 11 for Saturday. Then we warm back up to 39 degrees by the time we get to Tuesday morning. Satellite and radar showing all this cloud cover just streaking across all of Texas and Oklahoma. It's very light, very thin cloud cover. And you see it does cut off there back to the west, so it shouldn't stick around for too long. We should see clear skies as we head into tonight, but we also need to be on the watch out for is all this right here. You see this kind of very flat, very close to the surface, almost clouds pop up. That's patchy freezing fog as we head into tomorrow, which can be very dangerous because the second it touches something, it will automatically freeze to that surface because they're super cold water droplets. So be on the lookout for that. Could be a lot of black ice on the road tomorrow morning, especially around forest and rural areas. But thankfully, we do clear out for tomorrow, see some light cloud cover move through again, and not looking for any fog as we head into Thursday and Friday morning. For the rest of today, though, high of now 40 degrees with mostly sunny skies, west or south-southwest winds at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Then you have that patchy freezing fog tonight with a low of 14 and light and variable winds. We're looking at the Sunday forecast now. We see the clear to mostly clear skies for today. Then we get that going as we go into the weekend. 29 for Saturday, back up to 45 by the time we get to Sunday. Don't go anywhere. More news is coming up right after this.
Only Purple has the Gel Flex Grid, designed to help you wake with less pain, because the right bed doesn't just improve your night, it improves your day. Save up to $500 on a Purple mattress during the President's Day sale. Less pain, better sleep.
Elmer loves to giggle. Elmer's mommy told him that laughing can help when you have a big feeling, like when you feel happy. Make sure to celebrate when you're happy and laugh it out. Love your mind.
Traveling? Don't forget to pack News Nation in the airport for your hotel room, at the in-laws. Take the only news network that respects all Americans with you wherever you go. Stop by newsnationnow.com to learn more.
For decades, I've taught you everything I know. How to safely build a fire. And how to control the flames. But I can only teach wildfire prevention. Only you can prevent wildfires.
I don't remember how it started.
Go to that.
Our back and forth. It always came back.
Dad!
You probably don't remember what you told me,
That was perfect.
but I heard every word.
Oh, I don't see where you got your degree.
I don't have one. I went another route.
All right. I guess tell me a bit about your experience.
For 15 years, I've been managing logistics and mastering project management skills.
Wow. Sounds like you've got just the kind of skills and experience we're looking for.
Listen to this. The cure to long COVID might be solved by cats. A new study is looking to a virus found our feline friends and how it could help answer questions about similar conditions in humans, including long COVID. Juliet Smith has more.
Feline infectious peritonitis, a disease caused by feline coronavirus, is deadly if not treated. Scientists initially believed the virus only infected one type of immune cell, But this new study, led by veterinarian researchers at UC Davis, found they actually multiply and infect a range of immune cells critical for fighting infections. Dr. Amir Kol, who led the research, says traces of the virus can remain in the immune system after treatment, which may explain why some infections cause long-term immune issues.
The other thing that we did is that in our clinical trial, we treated those cats not only with an antiviral drug, we treated them with a novel cellular therapy.
It's proven successful in cats like Lychee.
The goal of our study was to further help the immune system regenerate and get back to normal functional state with that cellular therapy.
And now they're taking it one step further. While that disease only affects cats, researchers say it shares many similarities with multi-system inflammatory syndrome in children, a rare but serious condition.
These are kids that are otherwise healthy, and then they almost always need hospitalization, and they can even die. Ultimately, you have multi-organ system failure.
And other inflammatory conditions in humans like long COVID. The UC Davis researchers also uncovered viral material inside several cells which can help the immune system fight infected cells.
So this study will help us further analyze or understand the pathophysiology, the pathology of the disease, and probably some fine day we'll also be able to find a cure for the disease, probably make a vaccine out of this finding. So that should be the goal coming from now,
Well, how about that? Just another reason why cats are superior. But according to the researchers, there will need to be several more clinical trials before human trials can begin. Pretty fascinating. But still to come, Super Bowl preparations are in full swing. See what Levi Stadium's hometown is doing to prepare for the big day. That's when we come back.
Introducing Purple, the only mattress with the GelFlex grid, designed to relieve pressure and reduce pain, so you can end and start your day feeling refreshed. From quiet mornings to meaningful moments together, because the right bed doesn't just improve your night, it improves your day. Save up to $500 on a Purple mattress during the President's Day sale. Purple, less pain, better sleep.
I feel sometimes that I'm not listened to. I feel that I'm not getting the attention that I need, and it's a lot built up in my chest. I would just want you to listen to me more often and evaluate situations with me and lead me towards success.
Listening is a form of love. Find ways to support your kids at soundidouttogether.org.
Best Reviews is an unbiased team that researches products in real-world situations to give reliable recommendations on just about everything.
Call that a plasma sword?
For the best reviews, go to bestreviews.com. Seriously, before you buy anything, ever.
Love the hustle, Cliff. Who are you?
Your lungs.
We're quite proud of you.
Even though you quit smoking years ago, you may be at risk for lung cancer.
Okay. Well, with the routine screening, you can detect it early when it's more curable. Sounds good, guys. Can I get a little space here? Biologically, no. Okay.
Listen to your lungs. Get a routine screening that could save your life. Talk to your doctor and learn more at savedbythescan.org.
I'm a United States Marine. When I came home, I became angry. I had migraines and respiratory issues.
I served in the Army. There's a lot more people out there that have gone through more things. I shouldn't go and get those benefits because they had it worse.
If you could say anything to that veteran, what would you say? Every veteran is deserving the benefits they earned by serving our country. You deserve because you serve. If you're struggling with life after service, don't wait, reach out.
Achieving my goals as an adult was challenging without a high school diploma. With the help of an adult education center, I finished my high school diploma and it changed my life.
This yearbook is a testament to your accomplishments and how they have impacted all of us.
Getting my high school diploma made me feel like I can do anything. Now, I can help the kids in my community achieve their dreams.
When you graduate, they graduate. Visit finishyourdiploma.org to find free and supportive adult education centers near you.
Festival. This entertainment report on KFDX3 is brought to you by Regeneration Boutique.
Chris Pratt's newest mystery thriller, Mercy, topped the weekend box office. Plus, Disney's Zootopia will soon be available to stream.
Melvin Robert brings us the latest Hollywood headlines and today's entertainment report.
We are heading straight to the box office, and this movie topped the weekend box office.
I shouldn't be here. I helped create the Mercy program. I'm proud to have sent the first suspect for trial here, and I will continue to send more until the message is received.
Detective Raven, I know precisely who you are.
Chris Pratt's newest mystery thriller, Mercy, debuted on top of the weekend box office. The film earned $11.1 million, knocking Avatar out of the top spot for the first time since it premiered. So that means Avatar Fire and Ash fell to second place. Third went to Zootopia 2. The Housemaid came in fourth. And 28 years later, The Bone Temple rounded out the top 5. And everybody, in just a few days, you'll be able to watch Disney's Zootopia 2 from the comfort of your own home on January 27th. It arrives on digital platforms including Amazon Prime Video, Apple TV, and Fandango at home. A 4K Ultra HD Blu-ray and DVD release follows on March 3rd. The animated sequel is already a record breaker, becoming the highest grossing animated release of all time, earning $1.7 billion worldwide, and now ranks as the 9th highest grossing film ever. They've added some bonus features for the digital release, including a behind the scenes look at the Walt Disney Animation Studios. Recording booth highlights, also a music spotlight on Shakira, and a collection of deleted scenes packed with extra laughs and even some surprises. And now to this. One battle after another star, Leonardo DiCaprio is sharing his thoughts on one of his co-stars that was snubbed at last week's Oscar nominations.
Whoa, who's this?
Oh, they're just my friends.
Now, is that a he or a she or a they?
It's not that hard. They, them.
Okay, I just want to be polite.
This year's 98th Academy Awards would mark DiCaprio's 8th nomination. The actor spoke to AP to discuss the milestone, but also took time to express his disappointment that Chase Infinity did not score one for her performance. He said she was the fabric of this movie. She was the heart and soul. There would be no one battle after another without the performance that she gave. A young actress coming in to fill a role that was her first film ever, and carrying the entire emotional weight of this movie was a near impossible task. She should be so proud of herself, and we're all so proud of her. He continued to say that he called the young actress and confirmed she had an amazing attitude about it. In Hollywood, with your entertainment report, I'm Melvin Robert.
Well, even if she didn't win, it's still cool to see that support between cast members.
I think that is absolutely great. And you get that from Leonardo DiCaprio. Like,
that's some pretty high praise.
Pretty high praise.
Yeah.
So I think that's a pretty great job well done.
For sure. Good for her. Now listen to this. The Olympic torch is sliding into the co-host town of Cortina, Italy, ahead of the 2026 Olympic Winter Games.
Yesterday, skiers carried the flame down the slopes in Cortina d'Ampezzo, handing it off to each other as they made their way to the town. Large crowds gathered to watch the flame pass by on the last leg of its journey last night.
Now it comes on the 70th anniversary of the opening of its 1956 Winter Games. Cortina is hosting the Olympic women's alpine skiing races, bobsled, luge, and skeleton at a new sliding center, as well as curling.
The opening ceremony for the Milano Cortina 2026 Olympic Winter Games kicks off February 6th. That's next Friday, and it'll be right here on KFDX.
You know what else is right here on KFDX? The Super Bowl and Super Bowl 60 matchup is set. Preparations have already begun in San Francisco and the surrounding areas for the big game.
That's right. The Patriots and Seahawks are set to battle it out at Levi Stadium, and also multiple celebrations will take place all across California, and law enforcement says they are ready. City leaders are taking security very seriously, and at this point say there are no credible threats.
Now, the San Francisco Police Department says there will be enough officers to maintain order around the city, as well as protect venues where Super Bowl events are taking place. Law enforcement stressed that they'll be prepared in time for the Super Bowl.
We've been planning for months for this event, and I can say with the highest confidence that we are ready.
I was in San Jose this morning with the region's public safety leaders, and I can tell you that as a region, we are coordinated, we're ready, and we will be communicating throughout the event.
The San Francisco PD says it is monitoring the events taking place in Minneapolis and will respond to any issues that could occur in San Francisco during Super Bowl week.
Well, speaking of the Super Bowl, a special event is being organized in San Francisco themed around this year's headliner, a Bad Bunny lookalike competition.
How about that? The contest is set to take place just days before the Puerto Rican superstar performs the Super Bowl halftime show. An organizer with Mission Loteria tells our San Francisco sister station that all 200 tickets for the free event have already been claimed. 40 of those people will be competing to prove they're the best. Benito.
It's not that simple. You have to have Bad Bunny energy. You have to exude his energy. So it could be somebody that has a look, but it's just they're serving. It could be somebody that that looks like him, but is also like has the swag. You know, we're going to be looking at a few different components.
Okay, so they have to have the look and the swagger. Now the first place winner will get $100 cash, a $50 gift card to a local Mexican restaurant, and some Super Bowl 60 swag. How about that? Now the event location, Tacolicious, will also have Bad Bunny-inspired food and drinks.
Now let's make sure we clarify for all the audience members here. We said they have to look the part, they got to have a little swag, but they also said make sure you're serving.
Yes.
Now, Natalie, can you clarify what that means?
You know, a serve, like
making sure that you deliver.
A serve, yeah.
Exactly.
Like you have to slay. I can't say it without Gen Z.
I was going to say, because I actually wanted to explain that myself, and I couldn't figure out how to say it.
You can't. It's just the vibes. You have to have his swagger.
That's a good way of saying it. Yeah.
For real. Well, this week marks 100 years of the device you are probably watching our newscast on the TV.
Yes, 100 years ago, British inventor John Logie Baird, revealed the first television called the televisor to the world. And on January 26, 1926, Baird gave the first public demonstration of the first TV in London.
Now, unlike the electronic TVs today, Baird's first TV was mechanical. The first regularly scheduled TV service was launched in 1936 in the UK by the BBC.
And during World War II, TV was transformed by technical advances like radar, which gave devices the ability to beam signals over long distances. Then, Queen Elizabeth II's coronation became the first ever event to be broadcast around the world, popularizing TV even more.
For people watching at home, you know, it was such a big moment that it really helped. It really helped cement television as part of people's everyday lives. It went from this novelty that some people might have to, oh, I should have this in my home as well. And that's what really made television go as big as it did in the UK.
Now, 100 years later in 2026, almost every home has at least one TV somewhere in the house, and TV channels have moved into the digital age, competing alongside streaming services in Hollywood.
Not to age the TV or certain viewers like that, but you know what honestly blows my mind sometimes? The TV was only in black and white when it first came out.
Right.
There wasn't color picture.
And I mean, it's just relatively 100 years is not a long time, and those advances are just out of this world. I mean, so cool to see that progression over such a short amount of time.
Absolutely. It's incredible to see how far TV's come and to think where it's going to be in the next 100.
I know. Happy birthday, TV.
Right? How about that? Well, here's some entertainment news that might change your movie-going experience forever.
Listen to this. Have you ever been at the movie theater right in the middle of a really great scene? Suddenly you really have to use the restroom, but you don't want to miss a thing?
We've all been there, but now there's an app to solve that problem. It's called RunPee, and it's designed to help you step out at the right moment without missing any major action or plot twists. The app tells you the best 3 to 5 minute windows during a movie when it's safe to make a quick bathroom run.
How about that? No, it works in the theater and even at home. Just download the app, select the movie you're watching, and start the timer when the film begins. And then you'll get a silent vibration alert about 30 seconds before your best break time.
When you get back, the app gives you a quick, spoiler-free summary of what you missed without ruining the movie. I'm curious as to many thoughts. I'm curious as to what like Quentin Tarantino or like Spike Lee would say about that, because they want you to watch the movie from start to finish.
Yeah.
As some people say, like go to the bathroom beforehand, and then once you get to the movie, wait till it's over.
Just have to wait. Have to hold it.
I don't know. It's an interesting development there.
If it's a dire situation, I guess RunPee is your best friend.
Hopefully you went to the movie with a good summarizer.
Yeah, hopefully.
Okay, not me. I'm absolutely terrible at that.
Still to come, though, we're not the only ones feeling the frostbite. Texas cattle are too.
How the recent winter storms are affecting Texas cattle industry, we'll have that when we come back.
Introducing Purple, the only mattress with the GelFlex grid, designed to relieve pressure.
Okay, I gotta change it now.